What is up, everybody? It's Brian, and it's not really a on the road review because I went with a friend. Still having car troubles, and we went over to watch Justice League together. We I just got home from there, and man, I really wanted to love this movie, and I did not. Um, it was fine, um, but and I think the reviews that I've been seeing are pretty accurate. So trying to remember everyone who's in there: Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, Ray Fisher, Jason Momoa, J.K. Simmons, Amy Adams, Henry Cavill. Yeah, so there's a lot of people in here. Amber Heard, although not very long. Yeah, it's pretty much what you would think. Steppenwolf, agent of Darkseid, um, comes to Earth to try and prepare it. Basically taking over the world, getting all the mother boxes together, and the parademons are going out to do their work, and they need the world needs some superheroes. They need like a team, and who better to do that than Cyborg, Aquaman, the Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, and hopefully Superman if he ever comes back. So yeah, what do I think of that? Well, it was fine. The CEO of Warner Brothers basically forced the studio to have the movie under 2 hours, and that's what they did. And I think the movie suffered a bit because of that, especially in the editing and the pacing, the background information, or the backstory, sorry, of the characters, especially the new ones like Barry Allen and Arthur Curry and Victor, who's the cyborg. Very heavily rushed. Not a whole lot of time to get to know them a lot. But I will say the new characters were pretty fun. Especially Ezra Miller. He steals the show. And loved Aquaman as well. He was great. And I wish that Cyborg had a lot more to do. I mean, he has very important stuff to do. But his character just didn't really do a whole lot. They rushed the team like coming together. They didn't really have a lot of development in how they became a team. Not like the Avengers, where they they slowly got together, and they had some disputes, they were arguing, but something happened that got them working together and fighting evil. Here they it's just sort of a little rushed and awkward. Dialogue wasn't so great either. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I mean, definitely nothing Oscar worthy. Visually, it's very Zack Snyderish. He still had influence in the movie, even though he had to step down in March due to his daughter sadly committing suicide and him stepping down to take care of his family. And Joss Whedon took over the directing helm and worked on reshoots and everything like that. But visually, I think it still has Zack Snyder's flair. And but dialogue-wise, it sounded a lot more like Joss Whedon's little bits, because it was very comedy-driven. And I think this is where DC needed to go a bit, because the dark stuff, like Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel, it was getting a little too dreary, which is weird. Like, I mean, comic books can do that. I mean, The Dark Knight, for crying out loud. Batman Begins, even The Dark Knight Rises, I mean, those were really good movies, and they were very dark in their themes. Especially The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger as the Joker. Good night. I think superhero movies can go that way, but for some reason, the DCEU right now with the movies that they're coming out with, they just haven't been able to um, do that really well. So I think that what they did was fine, and I think that this is the start of what could be a positive trend in the DCEU movies. I'm hoping that next year's set of movies, which I'm not quite sure, it could be the Flash movie or something like that. Probably. They, I'm hoping that those movies are done really well. And also, there are two post-credit movies, or sorry, scenes. So make sure you stay for the end of the credits. One of them is a little comedic, and the really good one is not till the very end, which I'm not going to spoil, but it's really cool, and it sort of sets up for future movies. They kind of do a reverse of what Marvel's been doing, where they have the plot-driven post-credit scene first, and then the comedic one at the end. So that was pretty cool. Um, yeah, the Flash's suit is kind of weird, but it's I honestly like the one in the CW show better. I've just gotten used to that one, but I think I'll get used to the one in the Justice League movie. And his lightning is blue instead of yellow, like I'm used to in the TV shows and the comics. But again, not a huge issue. I think that they did that really well. I also think that the Justice League movie assumed that everyone knew everything that was going on, like who like the Atlanteans are, what all the stuff that goes with it, like the Speed Force. They just kind of throw that in there, and it's like, yes, the diehard fans are going to go see this movie, but there are other people that just love movies, and they don't know what the mother boxes are, what the Trident is supposed to be, and just all these other little Easter eggs, and these are like big plot points that you kind of need to know. So anyway, I just thought they need to stop assuming that everyone, they need to treat the audience as if they're brand new, walking in. Yes, the Justice League is like the fourth movie of the DCEU, but people are following it, but it needs to just explain some new stuff like Steppenwolf and the Mother Boxes. I think they just didn't do a good enough job on that. Yeah, did I have a fun time? Yes. It was very good. They had some good funny moments. Aquaman and the Flash were the best. Gal Gadot was great as Wonder Woman as always. And Ben Affleck did a really good Batman, trying to get the team together. Yeah, I just think there were some missed opportunities that they did, and honestly, I love like the DC comic characters better than Marvel. Like I honestly do, and it's because of the TV shows, the animated ones. I liked a bit of Smallville. I really enjoy the CW shows that are going on now: Supergirl, Arrow, DC Legends of Tomorrow, The Flash, and I think Teen Titans is coming out. I really am looking forward to what they're doing. But yeah, just the movies. The only like really good one they've had with the new DCEU movies is Wonder Woman. That movie was amazing, and I just hope that this is the start of getting back on track. Because it's the sort of the changing of the guard with Zack Snyder and going with someone else. Yeah, so I give this movie a wave. I will say I would recommend go watching it just because of the history with this, and just the DC characters coming together for the first time ever. Like first time seeing the Flash on the big screen, Aquaman on the big screen, the Cyborg on the big screen. I mean, just it's the Justice League. I mean, if anything, it's just cool to see that happen. But anyway, that's all I got. Until next time, I will see you at the movies.